What's going on, guys? This is KNasty390 here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking back at former top prospects list. I went to 2011 because it has some of the best names in baseball. This offseason there's Machado, there's Harper's free agents, and I want to see where they came in on some prospect lists. So this is Baseball Prospectus, 2011 top 101 prospects. You can see on the bottom, we're going to go over it and just kind of look and see who they got right, who they got wrong, and I'm going to rank my top 5. I'd love to hear your top 5 down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button so you know when I go live with a video every single day. And if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like on it. It would mean a lot. But let's take a look. 1, they had Bryce Harper from the Nationals. 2 was Mike Trout. Now, Mike Trout was drafted in 2009, so this was going in. This is, by the way, this is February 28th of 2011, so before the 2011 season. So Trout played a little over a year in the minor leagues. He was number 2 prospect. I think Harper was the 08 draft. I'm not sure, or was he the 09 draft? I'm not sure, but he was ahead of Trout. That's wrong. Harper's a great player, no doubt about it. If anyone says Harper's better than Trout, they are wrong. Trout should be number 1, but he's number 2 on this. Number 3 is Jesus Montero. He was eventually traded for Michael Pineda. Neither of them really worked out. Montero did have some failed PED issues. Dominic Brown, outfielder for the Phillies, never really panned out. Julio Teheran at number 5. He had some good years with the Braves, but never really panned out as well. Chapman was at number 6 with the Reds, so he was a pretty good player for them. Came up as a starter, obviously became a reliever. Mike Moustakas was at number 7 with the Royals. Number 8 was Jameson Taillon. So there's a name. Some younger players are on this now who are currently in the league. 9 was Jeremy Hellickson. Had some okay years, but nothing too crazy. Number 10 was Matt Moore for the Rays. I thought he was going to be great. He ended up being okay. Some good years and went to the Giants. John Lamb, not Jake Lamb. John Lamb was at number 11. He didn't pan out. Hosmer at 12. A couple Royals. Several Royals. They have John Lamb, Hosmer, and Moustakas on this. 13, Will Myers. Wow. Will Myers was 13. He was a catcher, too. I forgot about that. Kyle Drabek, Doug Drabek's son, was at 14. Shelby Miller at 15. Are you kidding me? Machado was all the way down at 16. I was wondering where he was on this. Wow. Machado's at 16. You can argue he was better than Harper, and I wouldn't have an argument with that. Wow. 16 for Machado. 17 was Zach Britton. He came up. He was a starter initially. He's a failed starter. Once he got to the bigs, he didn't work out. Became a dominant reliever. 18, Desmond Jennings. I mentioned in a prior video. I was very high on him. 19, Chris Sale. Maybe the best left-handed pitcher in baseball. You can argue that. He came up. People thought he was going to be a reliever because he's so frail and his delivery. And he didn't have that dominant slider coming up. He actually developed that coming into like the end of his minor league career, going into the majors. Like, he was drafted out of college. He had an above average slider, but not Randy Johnson type slider. Number 20, Freddie Freeman. Now somebody did a list. I think Freeman was in the 80s. He bumped up to 20. Mike Montgomery with the Royals at 21. Not too bad. Brandon Belt, 22 with the Giants. Jacob Turner, 23. Michael Pineda was 24. So you see Pineda and Montero would trade for each other. The Yankees won that trade, but neither of them really turned out to what they could be. Dustin Ackley, former number 2 pick, was at 25. 26, Mike Minor. He didn't really pan out. Manny Benuelos, 27 for the Yankees. He didn't. Kipnis at 28. Wow, I mean, that's pretty good. And then Gary Sanchez at 29. He was probably like 16 or 17 when this list came out. He was number 1 international free agent when he signed as a 16-year-old with the Yankees. I don't know what year it was. Probably around this time. Chris Carter for the Athletics at 30. Immense power. Can't do much else. Speaking of immense power, Miguel Sano at 31. This is probably right when because he was another big international signing with the Twins. Dylan Betances at 32. I think he was still a starter at this time. Obviously, he's a reliever. Martin Perez at 33. He had a couple good years. Tyler Matzek. Probably got his name wrong. I don't think he ever played in the bigs. Gene Segura at 35. A second baseman for the Angels. Obviously became a shortstop, was then on the Diamondbacks. And then the Mariners in this offseason, he was traded to the Phillies. 36, Willen Rosario. Jose Iglesias at 37 with the Red Sox. He was eventually traded for Jake Peavy. JP Arancibia at 38. 39, Stenson Ali. I don't think he ever made the bigs. Lonnie Chisenhall at 40. Derek Norris at 41. Jared Parker at 42. I was always high on Jared Parker. I was obviously wrong. 43, Drew Pomeranz. Anderson Espinosa did not die for Drew Pomeranz. Red Sox traded Espinosa. Now, he hasn't really turned into like a superstar prospect, which he might be. He had Tommy John, but Pomeranz had like 1 or 2 good years. He was a very high pick. He just hasn't really panned out. I mean, he's played in the bigs for 6 years, but I'm not sure how much he has left. Nick Franklin at 44. Henry Mejia at 45. Billy Hamilton was a middle infielder when he came up. It made no sense. I mean, with his elite speed, why play him at second or short? The range, I mean, it'll help with range there, but you get more range in outfield. But he came up as second or shortstop. Brett Jackson at 47. 48 was Casey Kelly. He was a Red Sox prospect traded for Adrian Gonzalez. Grant Green at 49. Aroldis Vizcaino at 50. Aaron Hicks at 51. Zach Wheeler, he was a Giant. I'm trying to remember who he was traded for, and he was traded to the Mets. Oh, that's going to bug me. I know it's wrong, but I want to say Beltran, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on that. Devin Mesorasko at 53. He's had a good career. Zach Lee at 54. Kyle Gibson at 55. Kimbrel at 56. He's been the best reliever, arguably, since he's been in the bigs. Who are still playing. Rivera was still elite at that time, but Kimbrel at 56, wow. Brett Laurie at 57, Randall Delgado at 58, Jordan Lyles at 59. So Laurie had a couple good years, same with Delgado had a year or two. Lyles, I don't think ever made the bigs. Brody Colvin at 60, he never made the big leagues. 61, Simon Castro. Ben Revere at 62 had some good years. John Singleton, he was a big-time prospect. He signed like a big contract when he was in the minors, but he never developed with the Astros. He was a Phillies here. Jordan Walden at 64. Nick Castellanos at 65. Really had a great year in 2018. Let's see what he does in 2019. Chris Dwyer at 66. Danny Duffy's had some good years at 67. Trey McNutt at 60. McNutt should have been the 69th prospect. Baseball prospectus, you screwed that up. Speaking of screwing up, Anthony Rizzo at 69. Nice. He was also traded in the Adrian Gonzalez trade to the Red Sox to the Padres. 70 was Chris Archer. Wow. 69 and 70 is some big name players. Alex White at 71. Kenley Jansen's at 72. I was going to say maybe the other dominant reliever other than Kimbrel was Kenley Jansen. He was at 72. Now, he did come up as a catcher. People forget that. Obviously didn't pan out, but usually catchers have great arms. He became a reliever, then a dominant reliever. Jake McGee, another really good reliever at 73. Michael Choice at 74. Matt Harvey, the Dark Knight at 75. Had some really dominant years before. I'm not sure if you attitude, weight. I'm not sure if he's really overweight, but maybe in shape would be the better thing. Jeremy Jeffries at 76. Jake Odorizzi at 77. Some good Royals starters. Jurickson Profar. At one point, Profar was the number 1 prospect in baseball. Had a good year last year. Tanner Scheppers at 79. Matt Dominguez at 80. Heredia at 81. Delano DeShields Jr. At 82. Tyler Skaggs at 83. D. Gordon at 84. So Gordon and DeShields, sons of Major League Baseball players, 82 and 84. Hank Congers at 85. Grandal's at 86. So some nice names here at the bottom of this list. 87 is Andy Oliver. Christian Colon, 88. I think he was a top pick, like a top 5 pick, maybe number 2 or 3 pick with the Royals years and years ago. Ian Kroll's at 89. 90, Caleb Cowart. Eduardo Escobar had some nice years at 91. And Danny Espinosa had a couple good years at 92. So some good players down here at the bottom of the top 101 list. Holy cow! Not Tony Sanchez. Christian Yelich was 94 on this list. Wow. 95, AJ Cole. 96, Guillermo Pimentel. Jaff Decker at 97. Wilmer Flores at 98. Trayvon Robinson at 99. 100, Anthony Renato, former Red Sox player. And Donovan Tate at 101. Wow, Christian Yelich chilling at 94 on this. All right, so now I'm going to do the top 5. Well, number 1's easy. It's Trout. Number 2, I'm going to go Machado because I feel like I think Bryce Harper at his peak is better than Machado, but Machado's had more consistency. I know he has some of the attitude issues. He says he doesn't really always hustle. He's not Charlie Hustle, whatever. I think Bryce Harper at his best is better, but Machado's more consistent. I'd put Harper 3rd, though. Number 4, I'll probably go Chris Sale. I want to put a pitcher in there. He's probably the best pitcher in this. There's some dominant relievers of Britton. I mean, you can say the best relievers of this last 10 years of Britton, Jansen, and Kimbrel all on this list, and they weren't that high. Britton was their starter on this list. That's the only reason why he was higher. And then 5, I'll probably do Christian Yelich down at 94. I'm trying to think of anyone else I missed. Wow. And then you got Kimbrel, Jensen, Britton. You got other, I mean, Castellanos probably not. I mean, Rizzo, Archer as well. Matt Harvey had some really great years. But yeah, I'm going to go with Yelich. So, Trout 1, Machado 2, Harper 3, Chris Sale 4. Chris Sale's 4th on this. Wow. And I will then put Yelich at 5. I want to hear in the comments what your top 10 would be. I mean, top 5 would be. If you guys enjoy this, please drop a like on it. I'll see you in the next one, boys. Take it easy. Peace.